Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Schmattz Outdoors. I'm on the thru here where I set the huts all the way along the edge here. I left these two stakes to signify this is the last one I have going this direction. The ice just got too sketchy going this way. I can actually see he is right here on the ice. There's actually a muskrat sitting on the ice over there, but I haven't checked this set yet. We'll get it tore open here in just a second, but the ice, it's not supposed to get above freezing at all today, but it only put on like a half an inch of ice, so the main ice out here is super sketchy. So I've been walking up by shore and then coming out to the hut or whatever. I did walk along right here, but like the ice cracked the entire way and it was cracking like 6 foot all the way around me, so I won't be doing that on the way back. We're just gonna walk out, check each set, walk back. I'm probably gonna end up busting ice all the way to get to each one. I was hoping it would freeze up a little more. We're gonna leave them, we're gonna keep checking them. I did all the work to get them set up. We're gonna keep checking them. We got probably 3 more checks besides this one, so like I said, we're gonna do 2-a-day checks. So we'll turn you guys off. I'll get you guys back on my head here, and we'll turn you back on when I'm ready to tear into this house here. All right, so here we go. First set of the morning. So I did a check last night, and this one had a rat in there. My chain is pulled tight. The way it feels. Yesterday, this one. The muskrat was alive in here yesterday, so I'm kind of hesitant to just stick my arm in there. And there is my first muskrat of the morning. Looks like he actually drowned in there like he was supposed to, which I'm thankful for. I had him just by like one toe and is not thrilled about that catch, but a rat is a rat, I guess. Alright, we're just gonna shake him off. He's nice and dry, so he might not even been drowned in there. Is still pretty well intact here. Alright, plug the hole up the best I can here. Alright, we're on the move. So I'm going to go away from the house a little bit, just so in case there's runs going out this way, I don't collapse them all in. Like I said, some places the ice is good enough to walk on, most places it's not. Got another set right over here. So there's this big hut here I didn't do anything with, but there's a little feeder hut out in front of it here. We're gonna leave my pail. Hoping maybe. I kind of think the runs are all going out right here and right out here, just the way the ice is open, but this not freezing up is a real shot in the groin, I tell you. All right. Oh, that one set off. Okay. The next one's in that house right out there, so I'm gonna back out here again. Pail. Part of dealing with thin ice too is don't just stand around. Let's see. So I got these colony traps right over here too, so I'm actually thinking I'm gonna move the one. We'll see if there's anything in it, but we're just gonna leave my pail. So my set's in this house out here, and then I got a colony trap right here that looks like it's empty. I put a second one in. There's two right next to each other on the far side there. We'll it's kind of a weird feeling when you know that you're gonna fall through the ice and you're sorta doing it on purpose, but it's still a kind of an eerie feeling when you actually go through. Open enough so I can get out to my run, to my stick. So my stick's right here. Don't want to lose my debris here. Almost looks like they pushed mud up on top of my stick. Figure out where my hole is at here. I think they did fill my hole in. See how the mud's like froze onto my stick? That's like fresh mud. They just did that overnight. Let's see here. I think my trap is empty, but it is. Like I said, I'm actually going to pick up this colony trap here. And I'm going to move it kind of just around the corner. I have a 110 in a run coming out of a house. We're gonna move this in front of that run. We're gonna move the 110 down farther because I found another run coming out of, the run is actually up into the bank. So we're gonna move that 110 down. I'll show you when I get up there. So like here, all this ice yesterday was all even good last night when I walked through here, but it's definitely don't look like it is now. And what I'm gonna try and do, if I don't have any rats in these two, which I don't see any right just looking, I'm actually gonna try and figure out where the run is right up by the house, and we're gonna stuff my colony trap right up to the house. Colony trap is empty. And so is this one. Doors are still working. Like I said, we're gonna try. Baseball bat's probably not the ideal chopping method here. Okay, so there's one run right by my foot here. There's a hole. I feel like that's like the only hole though. Alright, so I got my thing pushed right up. And then I just stake it down. I don't think I'm even going to reset this one. I'm not going to do anything with this. So we're going to carry that one with me. So like here, the ice, like I said, I can definitely see the ice is thicker, but it's still cracking as I move. It was cracking way more than this yesterday. So this house right here is the house that's got the get a little shallower before I fall through here. So there's a 110 in the run right here. I'll let myself fall through here. Man down. Ugh. My foot stepped on a side of a cattail clump there. All right, we're good. Alright, so right here's the run. And I got a 110. Bingo bango, there's a muskrat. So I had one in here last night too. It's too cold out here to leave them in there for very long, so we're gonna get him out of here before I try to reset this. Give him a good shake. Throw them in the pail. Alright, so we're gonna see if I can't get this right down in that run. Just like that. Hopefully maybe we could catch them more than one at a time out of that set now. So I have a set in that hut, a set in this hut here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna fall through here. Get down. not very deep, but I still don't really want to fall through. So I stick it. Oh, that one's still set. There's only like one run into this house, and it's right there, so. So what I'm doing is using my stick and this chunk of cattail to kind of hold up. That didn't really work as well as I had hoped. Kind of hold up because the side kind of caved in when that one kind of tore it up yesterday. So nothing in there. Like I said, this kind of whiter ice, it's like 3.5, 4 inches thick the way it looks. I kind of thought the whole slough would be that thick, but it is not. So not doing as well as I had hoped here. I got 2. Those colony traps I figured would at least catch me something. I mean, it's just a stupid thick run there, but. Yeah, my trap chain is still loose, so typically that means trap is still set, and it is. Okay. Alright, so I'm walking back. I'm on the other side of the road. I got a set in here and a set right over here. Not so sure. Oh, dang. So this little feeder hut here, the muskrat was still alive in it yesterday, and he kind of tore it all up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to catch anything in here, but because it kind of collapsed the top in. Well, my trap is still set. Like I said, there's 2 runs here. One goes they kind of go opposite directions. One goes this way, one goes that way. So I kind of had my trap setting right in the middle of that. And then I kind of used my stick here to help kind of hold the debris up. All right. Definitely not doing as well as I had hoped. With as well as I did last night. Okay. The stick is right here. Maybe my hole is right above that. And it looks like my trap chain's still loose. And that one's still set. So as I walk out here, guys, so there may not be a lot of muskrats in these 2 houses. And I say that because just out in the open water right out here, I had a couple muskrat sets, and I was catching rats basically every day. I'd have like 1 or 2 rats in those sets. I didn't even realize these were here until later on, and then all of a sudden they cut more of the cattails down, and the cattails kind of got broke off, and then I could see them out here. Otherwise, I didn't even know they were here. Otherwise, I might have put my sets closer by them here, but I mean, I was doing good out there. But so like I said, I may not catch 1,000 rats out of these 2 huts, or any rats for that matter, but not making excuses. I'm just letting you know. Not sure what's going on here. It's like they packed my hole full. Trap is set off, and it's like they packed my hole full of debris here. Well, make me a little better trap bed to set that on. It's gotta suck in these houses like this, because the water on the inside, you know, where the open water is, must be all this green duckweed, we call it, seaweed. So every time a muskrat comes and goes, they must just get covered up in that stuff. All right, I tried to make sure I got my trap bedded a little better than it was before. This wetter stuff in there first. Make sure it plugs it up good. Okay. Nothing there. And this one was on this side. This one set off. Again, it almost looks like they pushed cattails up in on top of my trap. What I just did there, again, I kind of patted down and dug out a little bit deeper trap bed, so my trap should be just at water level or just under the water. And it also gives me a little more wet stuff to plug up the hole with here. Okay. I think they know, like, you know, if somebody digs a hole into your house, you're gonna know. And that might be why they put me up. But all right. We'll shut you guys off. I got 2 more sets on the other side of the road we'll turn you guys back on for. Alright guys, I'm out here on the other side of the road. No assets. My mink box over here is still working. Get right over here by this guy. So this is the first one on this side. I only got 2 on this side of the road, so froze up a little overnight, this hut did. I couldn't get my hand pushed through there. And just to set off trap again. I don't know, that's getting kind of ridiculous. I'm obviously not doing something quite right. I don't know what that might be yet. I'm trying to be careful not to push debris in. Back working. The ice looks like it's a lot nicer on this side. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, there's 2 huts right there. There's like 3 huge ones over this way that I was gonna set, but I just can't risk. I mean, I don't want to risk falling through the ice and having something happen. So, I mean, obviously I'm doing plenty of ice breaking on the other side the way it is. So, okay, last one of my muskrat hut sets. So. And if I had to guess, it's going to be still working. Yep, trap's still set. This is a 1.5. Alright, that's the end of that. So only 2 muskrats in this morning, where I had 5 in here last night. So I'm not excited about that kind of numbers, but